Hi everyone, Linda Israel here. Thank you so much for being here during my live stream. I greatly appreciate your support. I've pre-recorded this so that we can have some of the behind the scenes done while you listen to me for just a moment. I again want to thank you so very much for being here during my live stream. If you could, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends so that they can come join us. And if you will also give me a comment in the comment section after this video is done, and then definitely speak up in the chat and say hi. Lastly, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, generally, if you're on a computer, you can go down below and look for the little gear. You can change that and make the speed faster. If you're on a mobile device, look up in the corner, up in this area for three little dots, and you can change the speed there as well. Those of you that are here live, do definitely speak up in the chat. I greatly appreciate you being here. Well, those that are here live earn a virtual currency. Junkie Joe should be coming up here in just a moment, and you'll be able to check how many bucks that you have. What are bucks? They're junk bucks. It's just a virtual point system that I have created on my account when we're live so that you can redeem those once you get to 2,000 for a $10 off coupon to my shop. So you can type exclamation point bucks to see how many that you have. And if you have 2,000 and you're ready for a coupon code, type exclamation point award, and my official note takers will take down that information. Now, if you haven't already created an account on my website at lindaisrael.com, please do so, and then send me a message through the contact form letting me know what your YouTube username is. Why? So I'll have your email address and I can email you your coupon code. Also, if you make a donation throughout this live stream, you can be added to my YouTube donators membership that I have on my website. So again, create an account, say, hey, Linda, I donated, and tell me what your username is on YouTube if it's different. That way I can get you added to that. At the end of this stream, I will have journals made, and you will have the opportunity to win one of those journals. Throughout the live stream, we'll have some various raffles, and we also have in-chat games. So be looking out for that in the chat, and I'll kind of speak it up when I get to it. For example, if you type exclamation point raffle, right now you can be in a chance to win 200 junk bucks. So you'll be well on your way to getting 2,000 junk bucks. Normally, Robin is my official note taker. Sometimes Angelica is my official note taker. It kind of depends on what's going on. These are members and administrators of my Facebook group, the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, we'd love to have you come and join us over there. What else? Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. Hey, if you have a question, try to put it in all caps. That way I'll see it. If I don't see it, please don't be offended. The chat sometimes moves fast, and I'm usually looking down trying to create things. So please ask again. But if you know the answer that someone else's question, please go ahead and answer for them. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see, what else? Oh, if you have a YouTube channel, you can't post your link, but you can say, I have a YouTube channel, and tell us a little bit about it. Tell us your channel name, something like that. Tell us what you do. We're going to get started here in just a moment. I'm looking at the time. So roughly 5 minutes is when I'll get started. So it should be just a few more seconds. So definitely hang out in the chat, and we'll get started here in just a moment. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here today on Monday, August the 2nd. And we're going to play and create a journal live. Hey, if you have any questions, please use all caps in the live stream, and I'll do my best to answer those. If I don't see it, again, just ask again. All right, camera, why are you acting like this? You were fine earlier. It's tea time, Giovanna. Yes, I agree. And if I didn't say hi to you verbally or in the chat, I apologize. It's kind of hard sometimes for me to get everybody, but hello to Ada, Julie, Maria, Robin, Laura, Ashley, and I think I saw a new person up there earlier. I can't see the name. Kimberly. Hey, Kimberly. And who else is here? Renee, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. All righty. It's tea time. Of course, it depends where you're from, right? You know, tea time was when that in the late afternoon when they knew they weren't going to eat dinner until 8 p.m. So they had a little snack and they called it tea time. So that's why we did that. So Garden Tea Party is the kit, and I'm going to show you some ideas that I have kind of put together, and I've, kind of been thinking through what we would do with our journals. So to start off with, I have a book page, and I believe this is from the Garden Tea Party subscription box, and it was a gardening journal. And I decided that we would just use this. Julie, you tell YouTube to behave. So it is not quite an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I'll give you the measurements just so you kind of get an idea. It's almost 9.25 by about 6.5 inches. So what I've got here is a piece of 4.25 by 9-inch piece of text weight paper. I happen to have a whole slew of paper that I cut in half lengthwise because I was making way back, like 20 years ago. I think they were called Japanese stab binding. And I had all these scraps of paper, is what I would call them, because they weren't being used. And I thought, well, how can I use these? So this is one of the ways. I've got here the Retro Panel 4 stencil, and I have Distress Oxide Picked Raspberry, and I have a blending tool. This are these makeup blending brushes. And I'm just going to ink up a little bit of that brush, and I'm just going in a circular motion over that stencil. And this is one of my stencils that I drew, and then we have a laser, so I put this into a computer program to make it a cut file, and then I send it to my husband, and he graciously cuts my stencils for me. So this is one of those. So now I've added just a little bit of a pattern to that background, so it's not so stark ivory anymore. I'm putting away my tools as we go. I'm trying to anyway. I've already gone around the edge with some Distress Oxide, and I know I want a stamp on here, so let's get the stamp. This is the companion stamp, and I have here the Sepia Ranger Archival ink. Yes, it's going to go fast. I understand, Julie. Hey, Margie. Hello. I am probably going to go pretty quick because I do have 6 pages that I designed and I want to share with y'all. And some of them I did part of the elements ahead of time, and then some of them I waited to show them to you during the live. So I'm just going to stamp this. I'm kind of looking to see if I've got it centered and on this edge. And I turn the page because it's easier for me to hold the block. And I did that in that sepia tone, and look how the stenciling behind that makes that look in that sepia tone. I'm going to go ahead and put this away. I'm being really good. I'm trying to put them all away as I use them. Whoopsie, loud noises. I've got be the change you wish to see in the world, and that's Gandhi. And I'm going to stamp it kind of over to this side. I've got new glasses on. I'm trying them. I just got them today. I went to the eye doctor, and I don't need per se glasses, but I can use reading glasses. And that's what I've been doing, is using reading glasses. Well, these I've put on a stick-on bifocal so that I can see up close. And I'm trying it out. I hope it works today. All right, so I've got this book page, which I forgot to do, which was to put some distress ink around the edges. Normally I do that ahead of time. Oh, I don't need to do the bottom. I thought I did this one, but apparently I failed to do it. I'm gonna do it now. I don't know why I keep doing that edge. All right, let me looking. Okay. So I'm going to glue this on the inside and kind of center it. And I'm just using Aleene's Tacky Glue. I cleaned my bottle. Oh, I didn't get all of it. There's a little bit right here on the bottom. It was kind of gunked up looking. as I refilled it today, I was noticing how filthy it was. So I used my thieves cleaner and cleaned it just a little bit. All right, so I'm just putting a little bit of glue on here, and I'm going to center it towards the top here. And I'll use my bone folder, which I did put back in my bin, and smooth this out. Did y'all have a good week? I hope you had a good week. You like it that way? Isn't that pretty, just to put it on your page like that, behind, or with the stenciling behind it? I think it turns out pretty good. Some flower stamp mask. Okay, cool, Julia. That'll be pretty. You don't have, yes, but you can use other stamps. You know, just because I show you products that I offer, yes, it's a sales. I'm trying to pitch things to you, but I want you to look at the things you already have and see how can I pair those together. I'm giving you an idea, and what I want you to do is think about, well, yeah, I love that. I want to order it. Or, you know what? I have this thing and this thing that I can use instead of what Linda used and get the same effect, okay? And you may have to play with it a little bit. Some work better than others. All right, so we've got that portion. I'm not going to put the bottom half on here. I want to flip this over and work on the other side, because I'm going to stamp on here, and I don't want too much texture, and this gives me a moment for that to dry so I don't have anything sticking together. On this side, I have a tear-off notepad sheet. I'm sure you've picked up a few of those. And if you haven't, you know, look at your copy paper a little differently. Maybe make a stamp in the corners and put some stenciling on there. I've showed those ideas. Well, I know it's going on this side. And then over here, we're going to make this element. I'm going to make a pocket, and I know it's going to go over here. So what I want to do is fill in the area all the way around. And I didn't necessarily want to use Tattered Angels this time, so I've got the sketched wildflowers stamp. I'm going to move these out of the way. And what I'm going to do is we're going to ink this up, and I'm going to start stamping, but I want it to have a little bit of that pattern at the top here. Oop, I'm knocking my glue over. Just re-inked my stamp pad so it's a little darker. Yay! I'm turning it over just a little bit so that I can fill in this whole area. And we're going to go down the side and across the bottom and then up the side. And I'll rotate the stamp again and go right here. And then we're going to go this. Again, I'm just filling in where I know my piece of paper isn't going to cover. Okay? Put this stamp back where it belongs. Back where you belong. Okay. I put away my ink pad. I'm not ready for that. All right. So I'm going to take this piece, and it's going to go, I'm going to go ahead and fold my page just so I know where my center is. It's going to go right here. Now see how that frames that page by putting the stamps around there? So we used a junk book page, but you can hardly tell that it was a book page. Uh-oh, got to push the enter key, Nadine. We are live. You may have to hit the live button. Sometimes YouTube will take you out, and when you come back, you're actually in the replay mode, but you have to click the live button to get back to the live portion. I'm just using my bone folder. You know, some people will ask me about, they see glue lines on the back of their paper. Well, one, your glue is too thick and it may be too wet. So I water mine down just a little bit. Like this whole bottle, I'll fill it up to say right about here if it's empty, and I'll add about a tablespoon, not quite, of water, and then I shake it really, really well, and that thins it down a little bit. But if you add too much water, it'll make your paper buckle. All right, so on this side, I've got this piece that I want to put here, but it's rather plain, right? So let's do something about that. So we're going to put on here, I've got the South 40T label. I'm going to ink it up with the archival ink, jet black. And we're going to put it right here on the bottom. So I'm getting up on it so I can see it. Press. Yeah, they're not prescriptions. They're readers. So I can go to the store and I just try some on and see which ones I can see through. And I like the way they look. I wasn't sure how well I was going to like the bifocal in this, so I have my other standard pair sitting by. All right, so that says South 40T. And then I have the raspberry stamp. I'm going to get the stem at the top, so I'm going to put it in the center. Raspberry stamp. And then I have, where is it? The word raspberry, so I got to get it right side up. And that's going to go down here in this corner. So I made this South 40T label so that you could add your word here, whatever flavor, and then this piece up here. Now, this is a 4x4 square. The lavender, you'll need a taller piece because the lavender was a lot taller, but all the others pretty much fit like this. All right, well, I'm looking at the outside edge and I want to change that just a little bit. Put the raspberry back. I've got from the Blooming Cube, one of the flowers stamps. And we're just going to stamp it. I'm just rotating it every so often around the edge. And to me, it just reminds me of what a true package of tea would look like. Oh, thank you, Morgan, for your donation. Hello, hello, hello. So there it is. We've stamped all the way around. All right, so this piece is going to be glued as a pocket on our page. I've gone around the edge with Distress ink. You like that, Julie? Thank you. Thank you so very much. And I'm just gluing this as a pocket, putting glue on 3 sides. You know, Sam, I am going to do an idea book. I've been playing around with it. I was watching Corey, oh, I forgot her name. Anyhow, she did a idea book, and I think I want to do my own version. This is scrapbook paper that I cut into a 2.5 inch by 6 inch strip. I'm really trying to use up more of the scrapbook papers that I have. I used to have back here behind me, this was all full of scrapbook papers, and I've relocated it in the room because I wasn't using them all the time. When I want to use them, I want to be able to lay them out and look at them. And a task I might give to Robin when she's here is I think I want to tear apart all of those paper pads and sort them by color. So, for example, this I would say is more of a pink. So I would put that in the pink pile. And another one, it may be more blue, and it may have a predominant more green in it or something like that. So even though it's a pattern, it may have a predominant color, and that's where I want to put it, because when I'm making a journal, I go for the color, not necessarily the brand name. Okay, I don't really care. So this is going to go right there. And then on this side, we have this guy, but we're not done on this side. I have a pocket piece. So I took another piece of scrapbook. This was leftover scrapbook paper. That one was cardstock. This is just text weight paper. And it was 2.5 inches and 1/4 inch I folded over, and then I stitched all the way around. And that's going to go right here to make a little pocket. I'm going to put her to work, Margie. She may not do any of it, so I'm going to give her the option. I did manage to card almost all of my ribbon. I had it in 2 like big bins plus 2 more of those 12 by 12 iris clamshell containers. I don't know how you call those. And it was, you know, all on the spool, and they were taking so much room. And when you wanted to look for a color, you had to pick them all up to look at them. Well, now I have it where you can open that clamshell and you can see all the reds and all the blues and all the purples and whites and blacks and whatnots. So it just works out a lot better for me. I'm not putting anything down here, but I did make for this pocket, there's a page that I'll show you later. I grabbed this first, but we're going to make a mop-up paper, and I turned that mop-up paper by cutting it in half, and then I folded it over. Then I folded down the corners, fold this down, fold this up to where it's just below or above, I guess, this piece here. I added one of the elements from the kit, which was a garden tea party. The other one has a different. I stamped the T-post, and then I used the postcard collage stamp. There's an address part on there, and I just barely stamped that on there. And I thought that makes a cute element in the pocket. So here is the other page that I made. Same concept. So we're going to fold this over. And I want to make sure this isn't sticking in my glue, so I'm not poking it all the way down in there. So there's one page, rather quickly made. All right. Moving right along. T-post back. So this way, if I take all my stamps off the blocks as I go, I have blocks to use. What now? Yeah, Henry says I had enough ribbon to fill a shipping container. I had a bunch, that's for sure. Send me a whip and a chair to get me to work. Good luck with that. All right, so let's pick the next page. Okay, so this is the page I should have done first, in that it would show you where that mop-up paper came from. I don't need the tray anymore. I use baking sheets and Ziploc bags to help me sort each page, so I have all the elements that I need, because I have so many things I want to show you that sometimes it's kind of hard to keep it all organized. So here's my Ziploc bags. I even have some washi tape on here that I need to use. Okay. So for this one, I've got the scrapbook paper. This was from a 12 by 12 sheet where, whoopsie, about lost my stuff. I didn't want it to get glued. This piece came off of this piece, okay? So I'm trying to use it up and not have any scraps left over. If you've noticed that when I create, most of the time, I hardly have any scraps left over. I figure out a way to use them. I think today I do have two little strips like this left over that I didn't use in this journal, but I'll figure out a way to use them. All right, so I've got this piece, and I'm going to put it down in my box, and I've got the stencil from the Garden Tea Party stencil, or excuse me, the Garden Tea Party subscription box. I've got a fingernail that's having issues. I'll file that. I think I just broke it. I hate that. Dang it. It just broke right off. That's why I keep an emery file nearby. Okay, so we got that piece in there, and I made a little note. It says spray back with. So we've got, that's the lilac. Here is the bluebells from the Garden Tea Party, and I picked rather, I call these pastel colors. They're very faint. They're very light colors. Okay, so they're not super, super dark and saturated. So I'm going to spray a little bit with the blue, or excuse me, the green. And you may not even be able to see it on camera. And then I'm going to do the pink. And then we're going to mop up with a sheet of paper. And then I'll go ahead and spray the back side just in case I want to make something like those envelopes that I made. And then I'll lift this up, and you can see that subtle pattern that it makes on there. And I'll lay that aside to dry. And there's what it looks like on the back side of our scrapbook paper. Oh, thank you, Sydney, for your donation. Thank you, Margie, for your donation. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this over. All right, I think I know what I want to do. I have some stamps here that I want to use. And I think I forgot. Okay, there it goes. This batch, I forgot to put the stamps aside. So I've got to get them and put them on my acrylic block. There's one. And I like these stamp blocks that have the little laser lines on it so that I can line it up and know that I've got the words straight. I'm trying your earbuds, Henry, but they keep popping out of my ear. Oh, I understand, Julie. I understand. I can't even make all the stamps for me to use. All right, so I've got the white glider rubber stamp, which looks like a little butterfly, but it's actually a moth. Okay, where'd they go? All right. And then I've got, if nothing ever changed, there would be no butterflies. We're going to put that right here. If nothing ever changed, there would be no butterflies. And even with all of me trying to make that straight, it's still crooked. And then we want... I've got on this day, it's another one of my stamps. These are Beverly's stamps from Beeline Design. And I'm going to fold this because I think I want to make sure that I don't go over too far. And I want on this day. And then I've got from the Curly Swirly stamp set. I want to stamp that right below there. And we're going to put on this day back. And then I've got the bird bath rubber stamp from Beeline Design. I did a lot of stamping today. And we're going to line that up. Again, I put it on the grid straight, and I have a tendency to want to tilt it because of the back of the stamp, the way it looks. You think, that's not straight. And then there's the bird bath. You like it? Get a drink. All right, so that is this side. On this side, I want to make, this is going to be a library card pocket, okay? So what I did was I took a piece of 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I cut it to be 3.75 inches wide by 8.5 inches tall. I scored it at 3.5 inches so that I had this long flip here. Then I went down the sides and scored a 1/2 inch off of there. And then I cut off this portion. So now what I'm going to do is fold it. Use my bone folder. And before I fold these edges over, I'm going to leave them the way they are. And I'm going to use my washi tape to help hold that tab down and hold this one down. And I've got the library card. Oh, you're a big bird fan? I need to put some more food out. Yeah, I do have a wish list option. You can use that. So I'm going to ink up the library card number 2. I've folded this up, so I've got this back portion and the front portion. And I thought this was a clever idea. I thought y'all might like it. All right, so I got to get up over it so I can see. All right, I believe I got that centered. And And there is the library card stamped on there. And that earbud just fell out. All right, so I'm going to remove the washi tape off the sides. And I scored this, so I'm going to fold in these scores. Like so. And what I forgot to do before the live stream was to apply some distress ink. But do you see how that makes that pocket? So you have a pocket here, and it's the library card. A purr. Oh, I haven't done a cat purse one yet. A purr post. I'm still working on those. All right, so I'm just going to go around this edge. Oh, I forgot what I was going to do. I was going to round these corners. I thought that makes it look a little different with the rounded corner. What do you think? Is that kind of cute? You like that, Ashley? Thank you. All right, so what I'm going to do is glue this portion down here and here. And I know I want to put it over this yellow area, and I want to make sure I got it right side up, and I do. So it's going to go right here. So I'm going to glue it down as a pocket tuck spot. So on this side and this side. So I'm going to leave this side open just in case you want to put something bigger in it. And then put it along this edge. I'm going to lay an acrylic block on top of it so that it can dry. All right, then over here, I've got, I know, I never use them. I've got a paper doily. I'm not even going to spray it with Tattered Angels. I am going to go over it with some distress ink just a little bit, just to kind of define the edge a little bit. Poke, poke, nudge, nudge. All right, it's time for the raffle. If y'all haven't entered it, go ahead and do so. And I thought it'd be pretty down here in this corner. So I'm just going to dot some glue on the back. Okay. I cleaned my bone folder too. It had glue all over it, dried on it. And then I don't hardly ever use these die cuts, but I found some Tim Holtz die cuts that I had in my stash, and I thought that would be kind of pretty on this kit. So I just put one right here on top of the doily. A doily, I know it. You forget to enter the raffle, Julie. Don't do that. I'm going to go ahead and just glue this completely down as a decoration. And I do not know how old these are. I've had them forever. So this could be an old die cut set. Hi, Bev. How are you? Hey, Connie. And then this is from the Tea Party set. So I'm going to put that right there. I think that would be kind of a cute little layer. When I was younger, we had a cat in the house for a short period of time. We also had a parakeet. And one day I'm sitting in our living room on the sofa when the parakeet flew and landed on the curtain above the sofa behind me. And all of a sudden, the little kitten that we had in the house was on the floor, leaped up into my lap, then used my face to climb up to try to get the bird. So I was bleeding and yelling, and that cat got put out. Mom was not going to put up with that. All right, y'all entered the raffle? Hey, Eric, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Clean my hands. All right, spray pump. Why aren't you working? I guess I need a new spray bottle. She was a bad kitty. She didn't get to stay in the house after that. Alrighty, so we're going to do a couple of raffles today. Oh yeah, then we're going to do the one that is, do I have that timing right, Robin? Are we going to do 3 giveaways? Or do I need to do 4? I have another prize. Yes, they can do that. All right, so let's give away 200 junk bucks. And oh, you know what I didn't do? It wasn't open. Y'all enter the raffle now because apparently I forgot to open the raffle. I'll give you a couple of minutes to enter. All right. So then, to go with the library card, I took some more of that scrapbook paper, and then I had some more of those long, skinny pieces of paper that I cut to be 2.5 inches by 6 inches, or not 6 inches, 11 inches long, folded in half. And I folded down the edge at the top because this was a 6-inch piece and this was a 5.5. So it's a 1/2 inch piece. And then I just took a little piece of fabric that was from the garden tea party, which I've got to remember to put in the kit because I just realized where I'd forgotten. And then this is just a snippet of lace, just kind of 2 pieces layered on top of each other and stitched on there. And I thought that would be cute back behind there. You could also put it in here, but I wanted to be able to see the library card. And on front of that, I have this altered paper clip that I've made. And so it is a piece of paper that is folded over. So it has a little pocket. I used the tea from the Ladies Garden Tea Party Quartet. And I used that same blooming flower stamp that we used a moment ago. And I just stamped it on the edge. And this is from the Butterfly Beauties Cube, and I colored it with a couple of colors of the Tattered Angels that are in the Garden Tea Party set. And then I stamped the admission stamp onto some ivory paper. I punched a little tag shape out of a scrap of purple and then just sewed a little piece of lace. And then on a pink cardstock, I did the tiny library card. And I just thought that made a really super cute little embellishment that you can put on your page. You like it? All right. Y'all in the raffle? Yeah, just, it's a way to add a little bit. And at the same time, this can be taken off. You can see this behind here. It kind of obscures if you did decide to write on the library card a little bit. So it kind of covers it up just a little bit. It would have interesting writing behind it. You could also cover it up further with a little notepad. I failed to say I stamped this with the T stamp from the apothecary set. All right, there is another page made. All right, y'all get entered in the raffle that I finally opened. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. Y'all enter the raffle, and let me clean up and get the next page ready. Getting all my stamps out that I need. Oh, I got this page out too soon. I need this page first. All right, y'all go back on here. Just kidding. Y'all don't get to come out and play yet. Okay, let's set you over here. Okay, I told you the rubber stamp set was next. Okay, I have one other prize that I could use if we need it, so since we're running late. No, I didn't do a tutorial on it, but I'm thinking about adding it into my idea book tutorials. All right, so I'm getting a piece of copy paper and I'm laying down the Victorian panel stencil, and we're going to spray this with green. Oh, I'm going to spray the background with green first because I didn't want it to be stark white paper. And then we're going to lay down the stencil, and then I'm going to use the pink and blue. I wrote down my notes so I would remember. So we're going to do blue, and then we're going to do pink, and then I need a mop-up page that I'm going to use for the other page later. All right, so now we're going to mop this up. And I'll spray the back. Not my finger. I had it turned around backwards. All right, I'm going to let that dry. Okay. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you. The Dawn dish soap's working today. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Giovanna. All right, I'm going to set this aside to dry thoroughly to the side here. And I need this to dry. So I'm going to just set it aside as well in a different spot, okay? Where's my stamp? Use it in here. Avalanche! Aha! Okay. You can't put that away. We're going to be using it again. All right, so I have here, I'm letting those dry. I have here some blackberry dyed Bible page, I think. Get a scrap of paper here. And I didn't like this blank area at the top and the bottom of the pages. So I've got the Lace Duo. And we're going to stamp it across here. And it'll fill in that void. Yeah, it's hiding. It was in a different container. Yeah, sometimes the mop-ups are my favorite too. All right, so how that fills that in, you can do that again on this side. I'm just going to do it on all four sides. And then I'll fold it upon itself. Because I think it's just easier to deal with. All right, Morgan, pay attention. There might be a test later. Okay, I've had enough of this. So I tried using the earbuds and they do not work for me. They keep falling out. So I got rid of them. I need something better because they don't stay in my ears. I was trying them when I got out again. Henry gave me his earbuds, and I really need something that loops over my ear and not just goes down inside. Okay. We're going to need that later. So now I've got this piece stamped. Isn't that pretty how that comes together? You finally got your Lace Duo stamp out? I do have tiny ear holes because they do not want to stay in my ear. They bug me. they just pop out. All right. So this page we're going to need, and I want to dry it some more, so I'm going to use my heat tool. And we're going to go to the inside of this, and I'm going to put the wider at the bottom. And I've got a couple of ready-made elements that I made prior to the live stream. The pressure from Linda's brain pushes out the earbuds. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Julie. Oh, dear. It's all these amazing thoughts that are in my head, right? So this is another one of those tear-off sheets, and it's going to go kind of centered, but on this side. So I'm just going to glue it down. Again, I'm trying to use up things in my stash. So, you know, when you walk around in your stash and look at what you have, pull those little things. Okay. Over here, I've got a little scrap of scrapbook cardstock that I sewed around. Just so you know, it was 4.5 inches by 1.5 inches. I didn't want a big, super deep pocket. And I used the Memories cursive, and I've added some paper to the back to make this a full pocket, so I have the full use of it. I'm just going to fold these in. Using my stash looks prettier than yours. Well, I've also been collecting for almost 30 years, Sam. Henry and I will be married 30 years in January. And I started collecting when, actually probably even before we got married. I think I had things from before we got married. So I'm going to put this down at the bottom, but over this piece of paper. I just thought it blended well together. On this side, instead of you having to wait on me to do the whole process, I took a book page, I had a paper sack, and I stamped the narcissus on the paper sack in black ink, and I trimmed it out. I glued it to the center of a book page. I just kind of centered it where the text was, and then I folded in 3 of the sides to make this into a pocket. So I'm just kind of smoothing out my folds, and we're going to glue that down on the page. I just thought it was really pretty and elegant on the page. Squirrel! Did I forget to do the raffle now? Thank you so much, Julie. I have a large collection. Do the raffle, she says. Pick a winner. All right, the winner is of the 200 junk bucks, Morgan Plans. Morgan, you won the 200 junk bucks. Reset, yes. Okay. Beverly made this up, made a couple of them for me. This is a big thank you from Beeline Designs. You get Nan, Big Nib, Nib Medium, Par of Avion, and Script Label. So here are the stamps. She's even colored them a little bit so you can kind of get some ideas. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps in this little set that Beverly has put together. And that is our next raffle. So y'all get in on the raffle. All right, so this is going to glue down. So I'll do that. You like that? All righty. So that's going to go here. So I'm using our book pages, and I used a paper sack, but it doesn't look like it was trash, does it? All right, I'm going to let that dry before I put my journal card inside. And I'm not putting anything over here yet, so we're going to flip this over. So on this side, I want to use this paper here, and I need to cut it to be 6 inches by 4 1/4. So I'm going to dry it just a little bit more because wet paper doesn't cut very easily on a paper cutter. Oh, you're eating your lucky cheesecake now, so hopefully that'll get you going. Alrighty. So I'm going to cut this strip at 6 inches. I think it's this way. Yep, I want to go this way. And I'll use this at a different spot. And I'm going to take this and rotate it around and cut it at 4 1/4, which is half. And then we're going to apply some distress inks to the edges. You know what, Connie? I did not. Let me see. Giveaway, junk bucks, currency. I forgot to do that, Connie. If you're waiting on a coupon code, let me get there. Oh, you're not near coupon code yet, but I'll go ahead and put it on there so you'll have it. 600 now. All right, so now you should have 625 junk bucks if I got the right Connie. Do you have more than one? You do. You have more than one account, Connie. All right, I'm going to adjust that one too. Just for grins. All right, Robin, if you'll update the notes that I did give her for junk bucks. All right, so I'm just going around the edge. I just make a pretty little writing space. All right, I like that. So now I'm going to take these and glue them in the center here from top to bottom, just kind of making sure I've got a nice little area. If y'all had a good weekend, I was busy. I spent time trying to get all my stuff ready for today. All right, that's smoothed out. Let's do the next one. Thank you, Janice, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Working on the subscription boxes. I made up all the little goodie packs, and it wasn't until I finished the very last one that I realized I forgot to put in that pink fabric. I had it set aside so I could strip it cut it into strips, and I failed to get it done before I got those made. So I've got to do that so I can do the next layer of packaging and be able to put that in there. All right, but wait, there's more. I used the Ellis quote, every artist writes his own autobiography. And basically, I just used a strip of paper that was left over when I cut apart some of the digitals. And I sprayed it with some of the blue and green Tattered Angels because I thought over that purple page that this would look kind of pretty. So I'm going to glue that over here in this corner. Put a little glue on it. I'm going to put it right here. Don't forget the pink fabric. I know! I wanted to put the pink fabric in there. Y'all are expecting it. All right, and then down in this corner is one of the fussy cut elements from the kit. So I'm just going to put it as a tuck spot. So glue on the bottom. Thank you so much, Lori, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all stick around to near the end because I do have a special, not as heavily embellished journal that I'll be giving away. All right, so I'm going to flip to this side. And this is another fussy cut element. All right, let me see so you can see that one. And then we're going to go to this side with another fussy cut element. And that's going to go across the corner. So I'm going to make it a corner tuck. So I'm just going to put glue on the edges. And then put that down here. All right, that's going to go there. And then this is a prototype of what was put in the subscription box. They were way too delicate when I cut them this fine. So I just went ahead and used what Henry cut. I painted the chipboard with ivory paint. And then I used a paintbrush and I painted the flowers with the Garden Tea Party Tattered Angels paint set, or Glimmer Mist set. And now I'm just gluing that down. On top of the page there. So it's just real delicate. These are just way too delicate to try to take them apart and ship them out. And so I had to go in and make some adjustments. So that was the prototype. Let's go back to this side and let's put things in the pockets as they should be dry now. This is one of the elements from the Garden Tea Party large journal kit. I'm using the large journal kit today. And we're going to slide that into our pocket here. Try to do it. My page keeps moving on me. And then that little tab sticks out so that you know that there's something there to pull out. And then over here, I've got, a journal card that I put one of the tabs that comes in the kit in the back. And this is the Royal Theatre of London ticket, and I stamped it on a scrap of this green paper just because I thought it was a nice little composition. And this is from the Garden Tea Party kit. That is one of my stencil designs in the background. So let's put it kind of like that. Okay. And then on this side, I use Keep Calm and Drink Tea on a 3x3 craft cardstock, and I just rounded the corners and added distress inks. And I just thought that made a nice little tuck spot there. And on this one, I stamped the raspberries in the upper corner. So you kind of get this corner effect. Okay. The other page. All right. Set that aside. All right. So now we've got our mop-up paper. So let me get all my tools that I need. All the stamps out. So I'm going to line up a couple of my stamps. Y'all got big plans for your week? Are you going to come back Thursday? Because Thursday I'll be live. We'll be doing some mixed media. I have no idea what I'm doing yet, but that's the plan. All right, so we're going to make a pocket. I've got here a book page that I want to use to make the pocket. And what I found was I wanted to alter the color of it. So I'm going to take this piece and fold it. Let me fold it first. Thank you, Tanya, for your donation. I'm going to fold down here. Oh, I didn't do it straight. Got to have it straight, Linda. Especially when there's a straight line. All right, so we're going to fold it there. And I think if I look at my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches, so I want to fold this up. Is that enough, or do I need to go more? I think I need to go ahead and fold this in half. So I'm going to glue this. fold this in half. This is that same gardening book that comes in the subscription box. You get several pages. All right, so I have that piece, and I know I'm going to fold in on the edges, but before I do that, so that it will dry, I'm going to lay it in here in my spray box, and we're going to spray it with the Garden Tea Party, the pink from the kit. And then I'll set this aside to dry for a moment. So I'm just going to let it air dry for a few minutes, and then we're going to come back to this page. We're going to fold it in half, and let's decorate it a little bit. So let's look at this. On this side is where I'm going to put my pocket. So I want to add a little embellishment up here on the top. I have the flowering branch rubber stamp. There it is. I lost my ink pad. And we've got the black archival ink. So I'm going to stamp it where it's coming down the side and across the top, just for a little decoration. And I'm going to do the same thing on this corner as well. Did I do it on the other side? Okay, now on the other side, I want to stamp it coming down this page and across the top like that. See that? And then down here, I'm going to put my stamp up. Well, I had it on here. Where'd it go? There. On here, we're going to stamp, there it is, the single rows. Single rows. I can go back over here with my other flower stamps somewhere. There. Okay. And then here is love is like a rose, the joy of all the earth. That's Rossetti. And we're going to stamp that down here at the bottom. Okay. And then I've got another stamp. This is Da Vinci. I think that's not straight. Let's like that. Okay. And it's going to go right here in the corner bottom. The eye sees a thing more clearly in dreams than the imagination awake. You like that? I like it. It's very yummy. When I print on my printer at home, to get edge to edge, you have to print one side, put the paper back in the printer, and then print the other side. So I print both sides, but I do it one at a time. Does that answer your question? I used to, years ago, when I only had the laser printer that was color. Thank you, Ashley, for your donation. That I would print one side on my laser printer, and then on the back side, I would do stenciling and spraying like I show now. But now that I have the, congratulations, Laura, for your coupon code. Now that I have the Instant Ink program with HP, which allows me to print 300 pages a month, I go ahead and print both sides. Answer your question? Clear as mud? All right, so now I have some fussy cut elements from the kit. And this is a little rose that I thought would be pretty in that corner. I did a lot of stamping in this journal. It's completely different than the one that I made last Monday. Uh-oh, you lost connection, Sam. Tell that to cooperate. And then that one's going to go down there. So that's this side. On this side, I've got this little butterfly, and I'm going to put it right here. And then we're going to dry our pocket element and finish assembling this side. Okay. still a little damp, so I'm going to dry it some more with my heat tool. I like this technique of using a book page because you kind of have that extra little element of things that you may have around your house that you can use. All right, so I'm going to fold down the top again, as straight as I can. I'll use my bone folder. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and glue this piece down. And then I have the postal cube rubbers, or postcard collage rubber stamp, and I'm going to stamp it up and down so it's crossways of our text. And I'll stamp it just a little bit on the edge in case any of it shows, because I am going to fold in those edges. You see that so far? And I forgot to do something, so I need to do that now. Is that going to be big enough? No. Bear with me a moment. I need a strip of paper. And that's what else I forgot. Are they in here? No. Okay. It's live, y'all. Linda forgot to do some things. Okay. So this is a white piece of paper. I want it to be a tea colored. So I'm grabbing the tea from the Garden Tea Party set. And we're going to spray it. And we'll dry it because I need a little piece like that. I normally have all my little bits and pieces put together, and I forgot that I cut off a piece from the book page to make this piece that I'm about to make. All right, fold over the edges. Does that make it? A little bit. Let's see how wide that makes it. Okay. I want it right at 5 inches wide, so just kind of. All right, we're going to go to the sewing machine in a moment. Okay, sewing cam. I'm going to trim this piece just a little bit here and here. And I normally have a piece of paper on the bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and do one today. Where are my strips of paper? Here's one. So I'm going to glue this across. And we're going to go to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch around this. See how that's coming together? Go ahead and put some Distress ink on here. All right, so I'm going to go to the sewing machine. I'm going to stitch all the way around this rectangle. Sewing land! And I'm going to drink of water too. Where you can see. Can you see me? Oh, I almost lost my camera. All right, so I'm just going to stitch all the way around this edge. I have a regular sewing machine, regular thread, using a zigzag stitch. You just want to make sure your glue is dry if you're sewing on a paper that you glued together. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, you could just go ahead and use these shabby stitches on there. All right, so I made this piece that I need to cut the width of my pocket. So I'm just going to line it up there, and then I'm going to cut this off. Then I've got a piece of fabric that I want to take the length across here. And I'm going to cut it. This is fabric that I dyed with Tattered Angels. I have a tutorial that shows how I did it. And this is one of those pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little piece and distress the edge, because I forgot. I need more ink on my thing. Okay, and then this piece is going to go across here. And I think, believe it or not, have I done all the pages already? That went fast. That went really, really fast. Okay, so this is going to go across like this. And I'm going to stitch all the way across here. And I should have done this first and then stitched around this, but, you know, hindsight's 20/20. You can use, what is shabby stitches? Shabby stitches, there's the stitches set and the shabby stitches, and they are rubber stamps that look like stitch patterns. So let me get one of them. No, I have one more page to do, don't I? Maybe I don't. Oh, it's on the floor. That's where it is. Okay. I lost a piece of a project. Okay. Shabby stitches. That's one of the shabby stitches. I'll go ahead and see if I can stamp all of them at once. I probably can't. So you can see what they look like. So there's all the patterns. You're welcome, Nadine. Okay, I'm going to stitch, and then I'm going to stitch it onto here on the sides real quick. Sewing cam. So we're going to stitch right down the middle of this piece. I didn't move my camera back earlier, sorry. So it kind of looks like it was coffee dye, but it wasn't. And I'm okay if it's not straight. And then I'm just going to put this piece across here and then stitch it. So that's stitched on there. I think it's crooked. It is. Oh well. Okay. So that's stitched on there. I'm going to fold this together. And then this is going to be a pocket that goes right here. But we're going to decorate it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my little tabs. I'm going to glue this as a pocket. I'll lay my acrylic block on it for a moment. Okay. So I need to make a little collage to go on there. And I forgot to do that earlier. So I have got, this is from the Find Your Wings set. It's the little rectangle opening. And I'm going to stamp that down. Then, from the Thoughts cube, I've got the word Thoughts. We're going to line this up in my acrylic block. And I'm just stamping it on some ivory cardstock. Just stamp that down there. Okay. And then I fussy cut it. And it's so much easier now that I have my bifocal stick-ons. I don't have to put on another pair of glasses. I'm just using my Fiskars. I think there's the Easy Touch, the Micro Tip. I just add some Distress ink to that. Alrighty, that should be dry enough. So now, what I really, really want is some elements here. So I've got a little bit of some fabric. So let's cut, I don't know, about 2 inches worth. So I've got a little piece of fabric. I probably don't even need that much, but I think I want that. And then I've got some of these paper flowers that I've had forever, and I thought I would use some of them. So let's look here. We've got a peachy colored one. Here's a brighter pink one. Maybe this this little purple one. How's that? Just kind of a little collage of paper flowers. And I'll stick those back in there for a moment. Okay, I think I like that. So I'm just going to glue down the fabric. So we're making a little cluster. I love these scissors, Ashley. They're one of my favorites. I haven't had them sharpened in a while, but you can get them sharpened. So, you know, it might be a little bit of an investment in them, but a good pair of scissors is important, I think. And I've got 3 pair of them. 2 of them I know where they are. One of them I don't know where it is at the moment. I have a pink pair and 2 orange pair. Just put that on there. And guess what? I'm going to use, if I can find them, I've only been putting them away like 3 times today, so now I don't see them. I had them out. We're going to use some bling. I was going to use some bling, but now I don't see it. Let me see if I've got some more in here. I think that size will work. All right, so I'm just going to, these are already stuck adhesive, and they're in strips, so I'm just cutting the strips apart. Yeah, I think that one would be too big, but we'll put it on there. And then I've got the word thoughts that I thought would be kind of cute right there. Okay. Yeah, you want to use your laptop, Sam. It's more fun on that, isn't it? It's easier to type. That's for sure. All right, so but right here, because I've made this kind of like a belly band, you can slip through there. I've got, oh, I found my thoughts. They weren't lonely and didn't leave lost. All right, so I've got a strip of paper that is 2 inches wide that I just sprayed randomly with Tattered Angels. And then I started folding up this portion. And I'm going to fold it down just a little bit. And I'm going to look at this and decide, okay, so I don't want this to come down too far. So if I do that in thirds, but what if I do it in half? So I'm going to come down and then do it in half again. And then this piece will fit right there. But I'm going to add some embellishments to it after I use my bone folder. And then we're going to use some distress inks on it. So this is a quick way to make additional writing space. I had, y'all ask me to make non-journal card writing space. So this is a non-journal card because it's just a folded up piece of paper. Now you can use your coffee dyed paper. You could do like I did, and I just sprayed some text weight paper. And depending on if you want the marks to show on the inside too, you can fold the paper back on itself. Okay. So now we can fold this up. And we've got this little piece that's going to slip in here. But I think it needs a little decoration on there. So I have a little bit of this fabric left. So I'm going to cut just a little snippet of it. That's going to go on here. So I'm going to just glue that down. Just put a little glue on it. And then let's find a flower. Do we want just a plain ivory flower? Or I see a blue one. If I can get my finger on it. Maybe this blue one would be better. I think I like the blue better. A little dirt there. Okay. I know I'm using tiny. These are the Prima flowers, and I just happened to see them on my desk. I thought, well, I might as well use them. So I'll glue that down right there. And then I'll cut another one of these little blings and put that in the middle. Isn't that kind of cute? And then I've got a journal card that I used my tab punch that I dropped, and I'm not even sure if it works anymore because I had to glue it back together. And I stamped it with the postcard collage, and I cut a tiny strip of that pink paper, fabric, and I used some of the eyelash trim that comes in the Garden Tea Party kit. And there is our little pocket page. I like it. You love all the little flowers. I didn't use but once, but I thought might as well. All right, so there's this page. And we've got one more. I need to wash my hands. I get all that Tattered Angels dust on me in a sense. So I'm just using my thieves. I just spray some of my hands. It's just these mixed with water. All right. So what would y'all like to see on Thursday? Do you want to see gel printing? Or do you want me to just make stuff with gel prints and other mixed media? Y'all enter the raffle. Well, I get the last page ready to go. We're getting it ready for the show. Alrighty. So what am I going here? Okay. Trying to get all my little pieces ready that I will need. Don't need that. Okay. Y'all entered the raffle. You want to see gel printing? You found your gel plate and you need inspiration? Gel printing, but I would have to watch it later. Gotcha, Julie. Gel printing is always fun to watch and learn. All right, Laura. So it seems like consensus so far of those that have spoke up, you want gel printing. You love my gel printing and want to master it. You know, gel printing is just that. You just got to play with it. You just got to keep printing and printing and printing. And, you know, sometimes you get bleh and sometimes you get, wow, how do I do that again? Alrighty. So I have another book page that is kind of blah. Okay. So we're going to cover it up. To start with, oh yeah, we got to do the, Robin will be right back. I've got another of the blackberry dyed papers. This time it was just copy paper. What I thought was interesting is when I dried them, I used our press that you would see in like a garment printing shop. And I laid down an old cotton sheet, laid down the wet paper, laid down another piece of the cotton sheet, and I have a pressing cloth and pressed it. And y'all can't see it probably on camera, but this paper now has a linen print on it. It didn't necessarily make it textured, but it makes it look like it has texture even though it's smooth. So we have already distressed the inks. It's 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It doesn't matter about the edges. I did distress it and I thought I was going to need to see the edges, but I don't. So I'm going to lay it down, and I've got the Art Deco flower stencil. I'll try to get it somewhat straight. And I've got my blending tool with the Dusty Concord. I wrote purple on there so I could know what color these were without having to wash them out all the time. And I'm just going to pick a couple of random to go heavier and then lighter, and then maybe a little bit heavier and a little lighter. I'm kind of doing a back and forth circular motion. Some of the stencils have more delicate pieces, and you have to be really careful when you rub with the stencil brush or something. They are better suited, honestly, for tattered angels, but you can make them work if you're careful. Are you ready for the reveal? Voila! You like how that turned out? I don't need this anymore. I'm making sure, yeah. It's better when I take everything and put it back where it belongs as I go. All right, so now I've got this book page, and I've got this page, and what I want to do is I want to glue this down in the center of this page because I have something to share and show you. Okay, what did I do with my glue? There it is. It fell over. It was hiding. It was playing hide and seek back behind something. In your cart. You want that stencil? I hope you like it. All the paper that I send, you like that linen paper, Julie? Yeah, yeah. You just got a 12 by 12, but you're cutting it into smaller pieces for your class. Ah, got you, Lori. So you bought a 12 by 12 and you're cutting it up. Well, that's good. You have the 12 by 12. It's awesome. I like the 12 by 12, and I don't necessarily print a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. I like it because I can print an 8.5 by 11 and get it edge to edge. All right, so I'm going to try to get this. I'm going to move it so I can see it a little better. About 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches from the top because of the size of my page. But I think I've got it. Let's make sure. May need to come up just a tad. Use my bone folder and smooth it out. All right, so I don't like the way that outside edge looks. I wanted to change it. And honestly, the easiest thing that I found was I took some copy paper and I sprayed it with Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, 8.5 by 11 sheet, the full sheet. I sprayed it, and then, oh, thank you, Eric, for your donation. Thank you, Ashley, Tanya, Lori, Janice, Sydney, Margie, and Morgan for your donation. And then I stamped it with the Beach Rose stamp all over. I did distress the outside edges, but I didn't distress the where I'm ready to cut it off. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come in here and eyeball it, and then we're going to cut off the excess. And I'll distress that edge, and then we're going to glue this down on top of our piece down here. So it covers up our book page. So this is perfect for that junk mail that is just completely ugly and you can't really use it, but you need a foundation to adhere other elements to. Well, here's how you do that. And I used one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and it made enough strips for this, and then I was able to have 2 strips left over. I cut them at 1 1/4 only because the size of my paper, I wanted an even border all the way around, okay? I'm going to take one more, and it's going to go across the bottom. See how it transforms the paper already, just having it on the top and the bottom? I haven't showed this technique in a while, so I thought I would share it today, especially with the stamping. Yeah, like faux washi tape, Julie, in a sense. Yeah, exactly. You're using paper and making your own. And the beauty of it is you can make it any width that you like. So if you do like the washi tape look, you want to narrow 1/4 of an inch, well, you can just cut 1/4 of an inch strips instead of 1 1/4 inches or a 1/2 inch. Okay. All right. So to do from here to here, I should have done this first. So I'm going to sneakily put it underneath. This was supposed to have been glued down first, but I was talking. So I'm just going to cheat, I hope, and pop this up just a little bit, and pop this one up just a little bit, and kind of get it up underneath. I should have put it down first so it was covered better. May need to put a little glue right there. All right, and then this is going to go over here, so we do the same thing. Doesn't it just transform the page? It looks completely different now, in my opinion, by putting these strips around the outside edge. What do you think? All right, and then I guess we'll go ahead and glue the elements on here. So I'm going to fold this in half. Do I need to? Okay, no. All right, fold that in half. And then I've got a couple of little things. I have from the kit this little postcard that's going to go right here in the corner. You like the pretty floral frame? Thank you, Ashley. Do the raffle. All right, y'all enter the raffle now. This is for a stamp set from Beeline Designs. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, though, so it'll be drying. That way I can put my stuff in it. All right, we need this. Where is my wider piece? Is it laying here? Yes, okay. All right, I'm going to drink. You like that page, Barbara? Thank you. Isn't that coming together really pretty? Again, you know, this is a book page, and I just put some paper on it that I decorated. So you don't have to have the fancy scrapbook paper, is my idea that I thought here. None of that is fancy scrapbook paper. And yes, this is a digital, but if you use your rubber stamps, if you've got real ephemera, you've got real postcards that you want to use, you can do that as well. Okay. While y'all are entering the raffle, I'm going to cut some fabric here. Just want to strip about like that. And then let's do another little piece. Okay, I see more. Hey, crafty friends. How are you, Rhonda? I think I saw a message from you, Rhonda. I'll get back to you. I think there was some things you wanted to order. I'll be working on the computer this week. I haven't been working on the computer much. I've been working on the subscription box stuff. And I've been fighting a headache for 3 days. All right, get into the raffle if you haven't already. So this is from the kit. And I just put it on a piece of my dyed fabric. And I'm just going to put some glue on the back side. The spoon! I did get my hair done a couple weeks ago. It's been a month now. I just did it smooth today for y'all. Robin says she likes my hair straight, apparently. I'm like, Robin, you know how long it takes to flat iron this mess? All right, just so that I don't get this fabric over too far, I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down at a somewhat angle here. Y'all enter the raffle? All right, I'm about ready to draw. Because this will be perfect timing. Okay. Oh, lace. I haven't used lace in a while, so here you go. I got a little piece of lace. We're going to lay that on top. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue to kind of help hold that in place. And then I have the tiny postcard that I stamped on purple paper. And I thought that would be kind of cute. Just kind of put it cattywampus so you see the lace behind it. Okay? What now? Because you have crappy hair? Gotcha. Or crummy hair? Y'all are still in lockdown, Julie. Wow. You have no idea where we are, Sam? We're right here, Sam. Raffle. We're finally not in lockdown. Now, there's been threats, and I'm thinking, well, if most of the people have been vaccinated, why do we need to go on a lockdown again? Does that mean the vaccination doesn't work? Then why are we getting the vaccination? Yeah, that's a subject we shouldn't get on. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so very much. All right, but wait, there's more. I have the ticket duo that I stamped on some scraps. I had some scrap of purple and scraps of blue, and I just thought those were kind of cute to put down into our little tuck spot pocket. All right, and then we've got this side done with the little spoon, and then we're going to do this side. Control, Giovanna says. You've been cutting your own hair? Talk about crappy hair. I have cut my own hair, Sam. Okay, so we're going to do the raffle now. Oh, I found my bling that I was looking for earlier. Put it up. All right, let's do the raffle because I have a special raffle today. Exactly. Exactly. Because not enough have gotten the vaccination. I understand. Well, I think there's more than that people know. All right, let's do the giveaway. The winner of the rubber stamp set is Sam Spade. Congratulations! Never knew if you want me to use your real name, Sam. Congratulations! Alrighty, so now reset. I'm doing something very special for y'all today. So today I'm giving away for free a super simple journal that I made. I made this journal because I had some elements left over from the large journal kit and I've told Narilla that I have to have them in pairs because I like to split all the ephemera between two journals. Well, these were the pieces that, in my opinion, didn't really have a counterpart, so that I thought, well, I'll just make a little folio. I was just going to make a folio to put them in, then y'all could use them. And then I decided I would just make a super simple journal. So I printed one of the journal pages and made it into the journal cover just because I thought it was really quite pretty. On the inside, I used another one of the pages. And then this is a belly band that comes in the kit. So there was only one belly band, so I put that there. I decided to go ahead and print a couple extra journal pages just for this journal. So I printed 3 two-sided pages for the kit. And then this was one of the elements. This page is paper that Beverly of Beeline Designs dyed with cherries from my tree and some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. And I just thought it was really quite pretty paper, how it turned out. So I just included it in the journal. And now I didn't decorate all the pages. I just stenciled on some of them, and I may have added a piece of ephemera. So it's super simple. And I did that just to kind of show y'all that you can do a simple journal that can still be very pretty. This is using the small polka dot stencil, and it's an envelope. So this is a large 5x7 size envelope, and I stenciled it, and it had a Hallmark logo here. So I glued down a butterfly in the center that I knew you would only see half of. I just thought that was interesting. And then I wanted a journal card to go inside, so I happened to have a full big journal card that was this size, and I just folded it over and stamped it with the lace duo. I know it's not perfect. I like it. And then this is the Bella Rose stamp, and I used my hole punch and made a little hole. I had an extra tab left over from making the other journal, so I just used that there. And this is an element from the kit that there was only one of, so I used it here. Here I used the Victorian cross-stitch button stencil and distressed ink walnut stain and my blending brush. It is a writing journal. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Sam, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I used the tuck spot flag on this side, although there's not a card in it. Again, this is super simple. So I'm giving this away for free, and y'all can decide, you know, if you want to add more stuff to it, okay? I'm waiting. So this side is a tuck spot over here. It's just glued here and here, so you could put a little card if you want under there. Another one of the printed pages. This was some dyed paper. When I dyed the fabric, I also dyed some paper. And then I went around the edge with the little daisies stencil and some distress oxide and just kind of left that center open. This is from the Thoughts Cube, I think. Oh, thank you, Nadine, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty. I'm reading the chat. I'm really good at gross truck stuff. You're at a really gross truck stop, Lori. Sorry. Thank you, Jennifer. You're afraid you're going, we may or may not. And this is Garden Bloom. That's from the kit. Here's another tuck spot over here. This is the Art Deco flower stencil. Again, that's a mop-up page that I just happen to have laying on my desk. An element from the kit. This is a journal page from the kit. And then I had an extra one that I had stamped out, because usually if I have a strip of paper, I'll just go ahead and stamp the whole thing. And the background here, I stenciled over a page that Beverly made. She dyed it and coffee dyed it and used some other stuff. And then I used from the August Stencil Club. Let me get the August Stencil Club. I used this stencil on top. And you'll see it better on this side. Here I took a book page and added some writing paper, basically a junior legal pad that I sprayed with Tattered Angels. And this is another one of those strips that was left over. And this cup comes in the kit. Oh, thank you, Ada, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you missed it all, Barb. Well, you have to watch it. The link isn't in the description box because I had too many links today, Barb. But Robin can share it to you. Thank you, Ada. So this came in the kit, and I just thought it was super cute to go here. And that's, again, the Bella Rose stamp. Since I used it down here, I just stamped it on top. And in the kit, you get this little journal folder. So it comes with this piece flat, and you fold it up. And then I stenciled the inside and added a little journal card that I stamped and did this word inspire. Thank you, Laura, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so very much. And then, let me go. Come on. There we go. We got thoughts, inspire, and then this is a tag that was left over from the kit, and I only had one, so I put it in this journal. I did use some charms. It says believe and imagine. They're blank on the other side. There is a library pocket in the kit, and I just added some distressings. I just noticed I didn't get very good in there. And then I just picked a journal card to go inside. And you could glue this down somewhere and put something else in the pocket. That's why I put it in this pocket for you to choose. And then here, I just happened, this is kind of funny. All right, so this is my water that I put my paintbrushes in. Well, I was working in it earlier, and I was like, what is that? And so I dug around, and there was a piece of fabric that was down in that water, and it just came out. This used to be ivory. I know that because it was an ivory piece of fabric because I've used it in other places and I'm out of it now. But it had a print on it. And whatever I'd been using, Tattered Angels wise, made the water purple. And it dyed it this really pretty shade of purple. This is junk, y'all. This is in my what do you call it? My brush water, my dirty water. But I thought it was kind of pretty, so I put it on the cards. I'm telling stories on myself. You like that? So again, this is the August Stencil Club. And then I had a scrap of paper that I just put this journal on. Another one of the pages. Again, this is enter the raffle if you want a chance to win this journal. Mop-up page, the backside. Another one of the tuck spots. The rest of this will go pretty quick because it's pretty much the same techniques I did. I just used some of the other elements. Again, stamping down the side. I kind of thought this was a neat way to get some unique journaling space. This is an envelope that I opened up on the ends, and from the kit. This is also from the kit, and then I've already signed it. So that's going to be our free raffle right now. Y'all get in on that while I finish this last page. Okay, so I've got some more strips here. Thank you, Rhonda, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece off. I'm going to put my fabric scissors up. Put my stencils away. Cut this off. And then we're going to glue it across the top. So this side, I did a little different approach. I didn't put a journal paper right in the smack dab middle. We're going to decorate this out, and it's going to be kind of fancy. I think, anyway. Now, if y'all have questions, please, please, please feel free to ask. I'm going to do my best to kind of look now. Yeah, working in the supermarket. You have, oh, I'm sorry, Julie. Well, you know, you could always buy a box and dye it yourself. You might wear a hat. Of course, your hair is short, I think, isn't it? Where mine being as long as it is, I could at least wear it up. And I could color it myself, but I go and have it done because she does a much better job. I was also going to say that before you glued all the pieces together, because we use the same width, you could go to your sewing machine and stitch around the outside edge before you glue these pieces down, after you glued these two pieces down, if you like that stitched look. I didn't do it this time. I thought I did enough stitching here and there. All right, so for this side, I'll show you this. Okay, so this paper, do you see the texture on it? Is flocked paper. It has a raised texture to it, and it's white. I bought it, I don't know, years ago at Tuesday Morning for like $1, and I got like 25 sheets. There are 25 or 50 sheets, I don't know, it was a whole bunch. And I thought, well, I'll show you guys really quickly what I did. I took my Tattered Angels and I dipped a paintbrush down into the Tattered Angels. So I'll show you real fast. And it works better with a bigger brush, but I'm just going to do it really quick on a corner here. And I just painted the flocking with the Tattered Angels. See how it takes it really fast? I sprayed it a little bit, and I found that spraying it was just saturating the page too much and not colorizing. But when I took a paintbrush and painted over that, that gave me this texture. You see that? See how that popped out? What a difference it makes from the stark white to that blue. You still see that texture. You don't dye yours. You're more gray than black at 46 years. Oh my goodness, Bev. You did stop dyeing for a time, but start up again when it gets more gray. I think you'll stop. I understand. And some of my friends, they have beautiful silver hair, and mine is still, it's as I've gotten older, it's changed so much. The texture has changed. Of course, that's what happens, but still. So I have some gray, I have blonde, I have white, I have dark brown, but I have kind of red hair. It's really a mix. Can I use acrylic paint or Tattered Angels? You can use Tattered Angels in your hair, Sam. It'll wash out. It may stain it for a time and will eventually wash out. But yes, because it is cosmetic grade. It's non-toxic cosmetic grade, by the way. There's more to Tattered Angels than meets the eye. So there's one way to do this. So now I took, where'd it go? I had a square. Here it is. So I had a square. This was a square. I glued a scrapbook paper to the back of that white paper. Then I cut it at a diagonal. Okay. And then at that diagonal, you take and fold it over. And now you have a tuck spot and a tuck spot. Okay. Yeah, my hair is a coat of many colors. I'm a calico cat, exactly, Robin. Should have never told you that. So what I did then was, while it was flat, I stitched across this side. Then I folded it over, so you can kind of see this is the side I stitched on, and this would be the back side. And then I stitched across the bottom and then down the edge. And what we're going to do is I'm going to glue this in this area over here. But first, before I do that, I have one piece of paper that was from the mop-up earlier that I cut down to fit right here. So I'm just going to look and see. I want a little bit of a border there. We're going to glue this down in the background. I'm looking at my sample, and the paper was in the way, so I didn't see. Okay, yeah. So this is going to go somewhat centered from top to bottom. this part's going to get covered up, so I'm not really worried about its visibility. So this piece is going to be glued on top, so you'll have a little bit of that writing space there. Well, I don't think I'll ever do neon green. I did my junior or senior year of high school, or was it 8th grade? Gosh, I can't remember now. We went to a theme park that we have here in the United States in Texas called Six Flags, and they would, for a couple of dollars, spray the stuff in your hair to change colors. Well, they were supposed to spray my hair with blue, but I had blonde hair. So when they sprayed it with the blue, my hair turned green. So my hair was green for a couple of weeks until I got it all washed out. Yeah, it's not, acrylic paint is not the best idea for your hair. All right. So that's going to go on this side. We're going to have some stuff that goes in the pockets. We'll come back to that in a moment. All right, so over here, I decided I would play around and make some things. And we're going to start with this. All right, so I've got a journal card that is approximately 3.5 by 5 inches that I folded in half. And I haven't even added distress inks to the edge, so we'll do that real fast. You would have died, Robin. It was a real pretty blue when she put it on, but by the end of the day, it started to look green. And then when I got home and my hair washed, it was green. And it took, we did Dawn dish soap, we did everything trying to get that green out of my hair. All right. So it's rather plain on this side. I'm going to open it up so it doesn't flop around on me. So I've got my Distress Oxide Salty Ocean, and I've got the Lace Duo. This is one of the two. And we're going to stamp it along this edge. So I'm just going to come in, almost the full width of the stamp and stamp down. And when I use Distress Oxide, I do go ahead and clean my stamp. So I'm just going to spray it with a little bit of my Thieves Cleaner and get it to work. I need a new sprayer. Anybody want to send me a sprayer? Got a spray. All right, it's not going to work, so we're just going to do it this way. I will just put some on a rag. Close it up, and then we'll just rub it over. Because it will transfer, and I don't want to ink up my black stamp with pad with the teal ink. All right, and then I've got a piece of fabric here, and I've got some glue. So I'm going to take this little piece of fabric, just kind of put a few dots on the back of it. You could stitch it if you like the stitches. I'm going to put it kind of halfway over the lace here. And then I've got a little piece of lace that I cut. Thought that would look pretty on top. That's from the subscription box. So this is a great way to use the lace in little bits. I don't have a whole lot of lace in my stash, so I don't tend to use it very much. But when I do, I can just use little snippets of it here and there. What do you think? Just a little card. You like that? Oh, those, I do have them in stock, but those sprayers don't fit this bottle. The tube wouldn't be long enough. So I just need to get another bottle that I have my Thieves Cleaner in, or try to get another sprayer off of a different bottle, bigger bottle. I can probably cut the tube. I may do that. I may just go buy one. I don't know if it's the spray mechanism or if it's what it is, but if I can find a different spray mechanism that'll screw onto that one, that may be what I'll do. All right, like the little card? Do I want some lace, Eric? I always love lace. If you have little bits, I don't need a lot. Okay. I'm not begging for lace. I always love them. I mean, this is a piece that I have on my desk that I'm trying to use. And then I have another little purple piece. And I try not to buy it anymore, other than for the subscription boxes, because I don't really use it that often. I have little bits. I've got another little Ziploc baggie here of some that people have sent me over the years, or I've had left over. So I'm just trying to use little bits at a time. Okay. So going back over here, I'm decorating this side now. Okay. Are you ready for this? Okay. So I took a strip of text weight paper that was 3 inches by 6 inches, and I scored a 1/2 inch in down both sides, across the bottom and across the top. The top I folded over, and I scored and folded in each edge, and I just trimmed the angles. And this is a tall, skinny pocket that I'm going to put on the page. And I think I want to put it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Okay. Yes, those laces come in the subscription box, so that's why they're on my desk. Thank you, Robin. You have that bottle, Sam? Okay, Lori's got an issue. Is your problems with your machine? Yeah, you might look. I see somebody said look for your machine, a video on a new machine. That's what I did. I did a bunch of tutorial videos. I looked online about my machine, and then I bought it. Okay, so now I have a piece of what is this? Sheet music, but it was so fragile. It was really thin and brittle. So I glued it to just a scrap of paper on the back side. And I'm going to make sure. Okay, and I forgot to put my strips down the side that I like to use. So let me find a couple pieces of paper here. Okay, I got a couple pieces here. So I'm going to put a strip down the side, and I'll give you the measurements of this in just a moment. So this piece was 5 inches by 4.5 inches wide, if you count the bottom tab. Sometimes my paper isn't quite very wide, so I will use tabs like this so that I get the full width of my pocket when I put it in my journal page. I didn't get that straight. I'll just cut that at an angle. Cut that at an angle. Okay. So now I'm going to fold this over. Fold that over. And we're going to glue this down on top. I've already gone around it with some Distress ink. So I'm going to glue it right in here. Yeah, if you've got a music paper, book that's really old and brittle, glue it to another piece of paper. You do it every day, you're a slow learner. I got it. Hey, that's why I like the videos. I have an ATG gun which is a tape gun, advanced tape gun, I think is what it's called. And I have to watch a YouTube video every time when I load it. I still haven't figured it out without the help of the YouTube video. All right, so I'm just going to put that on top here. You see the little layered effect that I'm getting? You like that? Oh yeah, I forgot over here I've got a little teacup that I want to put there. Okay. And then on top of that, I stamped the bloom stamp onto a piece of ivory cardstock. Well, I didn't like the ivory on top of the other. I wanted it to have more color. So I'm grabbing a paintbrush and I'm getting the Tattered Angels Garden Tea Party from the Tea Party set. Yeah, you do too. That's you too, Ada. I'm not alone. All right, so now what I'm going to do, don't want to knock anything over, is I'm going to come in here with my paintbrush and I'm just going to quickly, let me get zoom in on it. So I'm just going to dip my paintbrush into the Tattered Angels and I'm just coloring in around the word bloom. I did it this way because when I stamped it on the ivory paper, I thought I would like it just as the ivory paper. I could spray it with the Tattered Angels. The problem is then the Tattered Angels would be on top of the stamped word and that kind of obscures it just a little bit. I almost knocked it over. So this is another way. It's just to kind of come in and loosely watercolor paint it with the Tattered Angels. So I'm changing the color. And I'm okay if it's not perfect, you know? It's just, I want to give it a kind of a vintagey, grungy look. Has an old vintage look to it. And I'm glad I put these bifocals on my glasses. I can see this. I think I'm going to want to go ahead and get, my doctor gave me the option. I could get a prescription of some bifocal lenses in glasses. And I may take him up on that. Or I'll just keep buying the stick-on magnification for the reader glasses. And if you want, you can come in and make some areas a little darker than others and just keep fiddling with it as much as you like. You see that? Oh, okay, Barb, I'll look at it because I need to make sure that I do charge enough. The last box I sent to you cost $52 in shipping. Okay, what now? Yeah, it does have kind of a Victorian velvet look about it. Yep, it kind of does. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? That open bottle was making you nervous, Margie? I have only ever knocked over a bottle once. All right, so now, doesn't that look better with that pink on top of the other? I'm going to glue that into place. All right, y'all in on the raffle? Then you had another 23 before they would give it to you? Why, Barb? Because I sent it as a gift. That's crazy. Crazy, I tell you. All right, so I'm just going to kind of put that offset just a little bit here. Oop, it slid on me. Don't be doing that. All right, don't glue down all the way. I'm going to set a... I'm trying to make sure it doesn't glue to my page down. All right. I think this side is dry enough that I can at least put the stuff in it. So here's another journal card from that same paper. So this is really where you get the best bang for your buck. If you cut up a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, you just keep cutting it into these strips to make little journal cards. So that's going to go back here. And then using the same lace duo and the ocean breeze or salty ocean distress oxide, I thought that made it kind of pretty, layering the colors here. Then I have a square journaling card from the kit that went here. I've got a small, it looks like a playing card to me, that goes here. And behind it, I decided that a small artist trading card size. This was, again, white paper that I sprayed with the tea-colored Tattered Angels. So it started out as a white piece of paper. And you see the difference there. You know, I don't get charged that tax. That's when my customers are charged it. And I'm not going to say it in public, but I try to ship a certain way to people outside the country so that they don't have to pay as much. And sometimes I forget, but normally I try to remember. All right, so that went there. All right, I think this is dry enough that I don't have to worry about it. Oh, but wait, I want to put something right there. Which one did I use? This one? Yeah. I got the little teapot stamp because this is a blank area. And it doesn't show up real well because this is such a thin lined stamp image. But I thought it was just cute enough in the background there. You just kind of see the teapot. It's just barely there. All right. And then for this tall skinny pocket, again, this is a strip of that scrapbook paper. It's a 1.5 inch strip. And this was made because I had a 1.5 inch strip left over from making a little notepad that we used on one of the other journal pages. So again, I folded the papers in half. I stamped it once with the little dainty cube, I think it is, dainty flower cube. And again, folded over the edge, put the little fabric, and there's that sticks out of there. I like it. And then for this back pocket, I have one of the printed kits pages, elements. Then I have the card we made today. And then I stamped the swirly note card that I owe Morgan because it wasn't in her box and somebody else must have got one for free. Because I couldn't figure out where it went. We're going to put that right there. What do you think of that page? Is that a good one? I drank all my shake. I need more. And then that's going to be our center of our journal, I think, today. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bind the journals together. We'll pick the winner of our free journal. So if y'all haven't entered the raffle, please do so now. I'm just kind of cleaning off my desk a little bit here. So get things out of the way so that I have more room to play. Goes in here. I don't need the glue. You like it? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a little chunky because of all the stuff I put in here, but I'm going to make this the center of my journal. I just thought it's okay if it's busy. I like it. It's just kind of fun. All right. So these are going to be our center pages. So I'm going to set those aside. Where are my other pages? And again, y'all enter the raffle for the super simple journal. So this is a super simple journal that I'm giving away right now. And then once I get the big journal bound together, we will raffle it off. This has 10 pages in it. I forgot to say that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. 10 sheets of paper, which makes 40 pages. All right, so this was one of our journal pages. So this is what I kind of call my text weight papers. This was a decorated book page. Then we had the scrapbook paper, and I'm losing all my thingies out of the pocket. Stay in there because I was flinging it. This is another decorated page. So I'm going to stack these like this. Those kind of go together. And then I took some of the cherry dyed paper that Beverly made, and I stamped around the edge with the heart branch. And then I stamped My Cup of Happy on this side. Over here, I stamped Life Begins After Tea. I thought this was pretty self-explanatory. And then on the inside, I had another one of those triangle pockets that I put over here. And I happen to have a little notepad of these, I think they're photo mats or something. I guess I bought it when it was on sale. It's cardstock, Pretty Petals. It is 4.5 by 6.5 inch paper, and just so happens on that page. And I was flipping through it, and I thought, well, I'll see if I can find one that kind of goes along with our theme. And I made a tag that fits inside of the little paper sack that comes in the subscription box. And here I stamped the chamomile stamp and then herbal teas onto a label and then a piece of fabric behind there. And then this was scrapbook paper from that pad, and I just cut it into a tag size and cut off the corners. In fact, Corey, is it Corey? Cody, I think it's Corey. On her channel shows taking an old credit card and cutting off the corners so that when you want to cut the corners on your tag, you have predetermined sizes. I thought that was kind of a handy tip. So I just made that fit in here. And I used the slot punch, the ID punch. This punch here that has that slot, and sewed a piece of fabric on top. So that'll go there. And then over here, I did all kinds of little scraps. So this is another one of those pockets that I've already made. Some fabric with the word journal. I had some chipboard left over from my chipboard pieces that hold my fibers and ribbons. And I thought, well, what can I do with it? I also had this little piece of dyed paper left over. And I thought, well, I'll just stitch. And it's a tiny little notepad. Here's another journaling card that I just rounded the corners, and I didn't stamp anything in the center of that label. I thought, well, you can do whatever you want with it. Another scrap of paper that I just folded over, tore the edge, but I stamped it or punched it and then added a little piece of fabric to it. And then this is just a scrap of that same paper that I used over here, but it was a long skinny piece, so I just cut it in half and tied a piece of ribbon on it and made 2 of these because I had 2 journals. All right, so these can go here, and this will go here. I'm trying to get this all lined out how I want to put it together. So these are the covers, and each cover on one of the other sides has a pocket, and I didn't put anything in them yet. I may not. Here's the other cover. There's the covers. And then here's pages. I thought this would be a pretty page for the front. Let's put that there. And I think I need to do it like this. How am I going to get this even? Something's not right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I see what I need to do. Okay. Right? Aha. Like that, I think. I think that's what I want. All right, so I'm trying to get the order of how I want to put this together. Because I have pages stacked, I was trying to figure out which way I wanted to go. I think I want to swap these. And I want to swap those. Okay. I'm doing this backwards in a sense, so bear with me because I should have stacked these differently, but I'm going to get there. I have to kind of go back and forth between the two because of the way I stacked them. I was trying to get them all on my page desk at one time. I think that's what I want to do. Okay. And then these two need to go there. There we go. I'm liking how it's coming together. I only need one. This will be the center. Oh yeah, that'll be pretty. Okay. Well, congratulations, Janice, on getting your coupon code. I'll try to get it out really soon. No promises. You have to bug me. Check your email. All right, so let's get my junk binding tools. Y'all enter the raffle if you haven't already to win this simple journal. And then we'll start the raffle for the last journals as I do a quick flip through. Alrighty. How many journals are we doing? We doing 1 or 2? Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Barb, Laura, Ada, Nadine, Sam, Eric, Ashley, Tanya, Lori, Janice, Sydney, Margie, and Morgan for your for your donations. You know, Robin bugs me. She says, Linda, have you done that yet? No, I'm gonna do it now. Order alert. 1, 2, 3. So close. You're almost to that. How many you gonna get? Oh. Alrighty. So we're gonna do a pamphlet stitch. I'm using some wax linen thread. I'm going to line up my journal here. And we're going to punch 3 holes down the center. Punch the holes in the journal. Here we go. Okay, just 1. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Robin. Alrighty. I'll go ahead and bind both of them. That way it's done. They are basically the same. They're just going to have a different cover. And then the journal pages themselves are different. And occasionally, like this little journal card that's in this pocket, and the other journal is just a different print. Bigger size. Okay. I just want to make sure it's tight on the outside and the inside, not caught on anything, and we'll tie it off. And I'll just trim it, remove the paper clip, set it aside, and do the other one. So I just want to make sure that my page is centered. Okay. I couldn't remember what I was doing. I needed my template. All right. Y'all in the raffle? Everybody in it? You'd have to clean up my hoarding mess. Still a baby, Ashley. You'll get there. All right. Now let's stitch it. We're just a stitching. Just one. I'm going to have a in-person workshop the end of this month when I get back from vacation. I've sent to my local people that normally come an invitation, but if you're wanting to drive to come here or fly or whatever for that Saturday and want to come, just let me know, message me. Robin can answer you. All right, I'm going to sign the journals. We're going to do the raffle for the simple journal, and we're going to flip through both of the journals. Getting my little "This Journal Made By" stamp. Junk never looks so good as a new rubber stamp I have in my shop too. I should stamp that in here, huh? I'm just going to stamp it right here. And I'll sign it. Got one signed. Got to be in it to win it. This journal made by... Threw my pen down. It's hard to imagine it's August. You know my birthday's in a couple of weeks. Alrighty, so let's pick the winner. I understand, Sam. Hopefully you can someday. Alrighty, so let's pick our next winner. The winner of the super simple journal, because I decided to give away a little super simple, didn't take me hours and hours to complete like the others did. I've made this one today, in fact. And the winner is, I'm waiting for the boss fight to go by. I'm running late today. Sorry, y'all. I was going really fast, and then I got slowed down. All right, pick a winner. The winner is Laura Johnson. Congratulations. You have won this journal from me. I do not recall if I have your mailing address, so if you could, please go over to lindaisrael.com, use the Come at Me form, and give me your mailing address. Even better, if you'll create a user account and then message me, and if you put your address in there, it's easier for me to create a shipping label to send it to you. Make it easier for me, please. By the way, those of y'all that made a donation today, if you haven't already gone over to lindaisrael.com, create an account. Basically what you've done by making a donation during my live stream, you are now a member of my YouTube donator membership on my website. And as a part of your membership, paying to get into that, you get a chance to win one of the journals that I have made today, as well as you get some free digital downloads in my online shop. And you can get a discount about 5% in addition to if you are a subscriber to anything else that comes up on my website, 5% off orders at my website. Yay! Congratulations, Laura. All right, so we're going to reset this. And we're going to do, let's see, Garden Tea Party. Open giveaway. All right, so this one is only for those who have donated, and these people have donated: Rhonda Bennett, Barb Dingwell, Laura Johnson, Ada Bella Flores, Nadine Wheeler, Sam Spade, Eric Hayden, and Ashley D, and Tanya Chan, and Lori Merchant, Janice Brammer, Sydney, Margie, who is Jinka Mafink, and Morgan. So thank you all so much for your donations. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so we're going to go through these really fast. We're going to say yellow spine, okay? So when I call your name at the end, you can say you want the yellow spine or you want the teapot, and that way I'll know which journal you want. So we open this one up. It has a pocket on the front cover inside, and this is the image that I chose for the very first page. And here is my page that I added the piece of paper on top of the blackberry dyed paper that had been rubber stamped. And then we added the little elements here. Kind of, don't be folding up on me, man. And then on this side, we have the narcissus. And then that's the journal card that's in there. It matches the cover. That's kind of funny that it's the same one as the cover setup. Little butterfly there. And then here's the page where I added the stamping here. So a lot of people ask me, how do you know what it's going to look like when you put the journal together? And I know that it's going to all match because I'm using the same color themes. I'm using the same design elements, if you will. Now understand, if you're truly making an eclectic junk journal, it doesn't matter. It's going to all blend together because it will be things that you like. If it's something that you like, you're going to make it look good, period. All right, so there's this side. And if you didn't know, this design in the background that Norella used in the digital image, that's one of my stencil designs. I love when she does that. Here's the scrapbook paper with the little collage on it. And then on the other side where we stamped and stenciled, this is the book page with the tear off. And I think it just, on this, works perfectly. It just all blends together. Here's where we stamped, and we have a pocket here. I didn't even put anything in the pocket, but you can. And here is the blackberry dyed paper. Oh no, cherry dyed, cherry. And then all the elements that were in the pocket. I didn't think you needed to see me create every little element during the live stream. And it still took me longer than I thought it was going to take. So it's got the stamp there as the other one did. And then it has the long skinny little note right there. And I did this backwards. This page was supposed to be folded the other way, but I think this works just fine for being in the center. I wonder if I did it on this one too. No, I did this one right. I had it folded backwards. So the same little elements. Oh, it's funny. I didn't realize how close together those were, but that's okay. I mean, you can see that they kind of match, that they go together. Scrapbook paper on the book page. And then this was, again, the little envelope, little tag over here. on this day, and then the bird bath, the library card that we have a little pocket, a altar paper clip with pocket. Thank you, Margie, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. And then this was the little notepad. And then again, here's my stencil design in the background. And then here's my stencil design there. Then rubber stamping. And I like it, even though the stenciling is on the other page, that it kind of bleeds through on the background on this side. And then here's the pocket that I showed y'all today with the little fold down. This is from the other journal that I made, but the same concept. And then this side over here. Keep calm and drink tea. And the little chipboard element there. And then there's the back. So that is one journal. That was with the yellow spine. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, Bez, are you awake now? You love the library card, Janice? Thank you so much. I thought that turned out really clever, in my opinion. You know, being able to stamp that onto the paper and then have that pocket. All right, so here is the teapot on the front, which is funny. It's the first page is the same teapot in reverse. It kind of goes together. But the same elements are in this journal. It's just you're going to see every once in a while a different card, maybe. Like this one I think matches because it matches the teapot on the cover. Same here. Same there. Just a different color scheme. And it's funny that this is on the same page, you know, opposite pages. I have butterflies repeated a few times. The little journal cards again. The little tickets over here. This time I put this in the center. I think it goes either way, you know. This journal had that in the center, which I think is prettier against that teal background. I don't know. It's kind of pretty. And then I like this with the green behind it. It's kind of cool with all these little elements in here that you can take out, move somewhere else. And then this journal card there. All right, if you donated today, make sure you get in on the raffle. Only those who donated are eligible, because that makes you a member. There's the other little journal card envelope. You like the teal, Robin? You don't like the green. Same, you know, concept. It's just a little different. I love the messiness of just spraying the pages and seeing how it comes together. I didn't spray the cardstock. I just sprayed the copy paper. These turned out really good, I think. Same concept here. Here's the one we made today with the little elements. Keep calm and drink tea. But you like teal, Robin says. And then the pockets in the back in this one. Alrighty, so we're getting ready to pick a winner here. Only those that have donated are eligible. So thank you, Margie, so much for your donation. You are amazing. Rhonda, Barb, Lori, Ada, Nadine, Sam, Eric, Ashley, Tanya, Lori, Janice, Sydney, Marge again, and Morgan. If y'all haven't already entered the raffle, please do so. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 people. I'm sorry if you didn't speak up and you had to leave. You have to let us know that you're leaving so we can get somebody else to enter the raffle for you if you weren't here. All right. Good luck, everybody. All righty. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 people in there. Hey, Bevy, you didn't make a donation, so you're not eligible unless you're entering for somebody that had to leave. Ada got in. Hello, Ada. Oh, cool. You have a charm that'll go with this. Awesome, Julie. 1 second, Morgan says. Don't sneeze, Linda. It's okay, Bevies. I'm just letting you know that if your name does get called, you're not eligible this time. All right, Lori got in. What's going on here? Hey, Lori, I am showing some journals that I made. That's what's going on. You're just coming to the end. I'm about done. We're giving away these journals to the ladies that I understand, Sam. Did you get logged in? Yep, Sam's in. Margie, Lori, Eric, Laura, Rhonda, Ashley, Nadine, Ada, Barb, Janice, Tanya, and Sydney are in the raffle. Did I say Janice? Yep, Janice is in. And Margie is in. Who am I missing? Rhonda. Is she here? Yep, Rhonda's in. Ada. Oh, that's right. Margie's in there twice. Ashley's in. I think everybody's in. I'm live every Monday at 3:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll be here Thursday at 12:30 p.m. No, you're not too late, Morgan. Get in. Go ahead, Morgan. I was waiting on you. Come on, Morgan. Let me get a drink. Get some water. All right, I'll be back Thursday. We will do some gel printing live. And then Monday, we'll be making the planner that goes with this kit. It's okay, Morgan, you're in. All right, so we're going to do the giveaway now. And the winner, if you'll tell me, do you want the yellow or do you want the teapot? So the winner is Eric. Congratulations. You won one of the journals. Let me know which one that you want. Which one do you want? And the winner is Eric. Are you flailing? Are you going, oh my goodness, I'm fainting? Oh, thank you, Lori. That's very sweet of you. The giant teapot. Okay, I think Eric really wants this journal. Okay, I will. Well, congratulations. Again, I'll be back on Thursday. We will be doing some gel printing live. And then next Monday, I'll be back to work on the tea planner, garden tea party planner. You are very lucky. Yay! All righty. I'm going to get off here now. And Henry's probably going, hurry up, woman. We got to figure out what we're going to do for dinner. I have no idea. Oh, dear. Y'all have an amazing next couple of days. I do hope you can come back on Thursday. Remember, if you can't, you can watch the live in a replay. Do leave me a comment in the section below this video when we're done. What did you like today? What was your favorite part? I'd love to know that. Give me some feedback. Maybe there's something that you would like to see. Let me know what that might be. And if I can accommodate you, I will try to do that. So if there's a stencil that you want to see on Thursday for me to use on the gel plate, let me know so I can pull it and have it ready. That way I'm not digging around for it during the live stream. All righty. Go to bed, Barb. Have a wonderful night. Lots of love to you. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all have an amazing week. We'll see you Thursday. Thank you so very much. All righty. Thanks, everybody. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and of course, like I said, leave a comment when you get done. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. Bye.